You're doing it wrong. You're doing it wrong, man. You're doing it wrong.
GTA 5 is a game that pretty much everyone knows in the gaming community. Whether you have it or don't have it, it's pretty much impossible not to go through life, even without being a gamer, to not at least hear the term Grand Theft Auto. It's a game that has offered entertainment to the masses for decades. And whether it's you playing the story, trolling 8-year-old children in the video game, or simply watching funny moments from a YouTube channel, I think it's safe to say that GTA alone has impacted the gaming community by a whole lot. But naturally, when one good game is made, several others try to follow it and its success, and usually fail horribly. In this video, I'm going to be going to the App Store and look up GTA and see what horrors await me. It is worth noting, however, that I will only cover 3 games in this video as opposed to just 4. This is because most of the games that are here are not really long enough or worthy of being talked about. So without further ado, I'm going to look at horrific GTA clones. Let's get started. The first game we're going to be playing is Miami Crime Simulator 3. I don't know where the other 2 games went. The game has a mere 20 ratings that makes up a 3-star review. Superblock37 says, it's okay I guess, kind of boring. Needs more NPCs and an easier way to get money. Maybe a feature to rob a bank or something? Jusukux says, okay, would be cool if had multiplayer. Starting the game, you can already tell the budget for this game was under $10. The engine of this game can't even render 20 feet in front of me, and the character in this game is extremely goofy. For a sandbox game to be good, however, it needs to have fast and responsive controls. So how are they? Well, not really good. First of all, the jumping in this game felt extremely stiff. For whatever reason, your character jumps really high and would often stop the character from moving for a second upon landing. The game has a fixed sensitivity, meaning you can't put it up higher or lower, and it seems that this game's sensitivity is extremely low. You can't move your character and the FOV is also really low, and the worst part about this game is how slow you are. Well, time to see what to do in this game. When I spawned in, I looked around the city until I could find anyone. Good luck with doing that, by the way, because this place is an utter ghost town. But when I finally found a citizen, their first instinct was to completely annihilate me. Upon getting into a 10-foot radius of them, they get out a gun and start shooting you. Christ, this city must suck. No wonder it's a ghost town. Your only way of self-defense is by punching them, and even the fighting feels really off and stiff. You throw punches very slowly between each punch, and each punch can do up to 10 damage, while the base health of a citizen is 110, so you're gonna have to punch them for a while. Looking at the screenshots on the App Store, it does seem that you can drive things like helicopters and motorcycles and have really cool guns. But from the looks of it, it would take hours upon hours to get there. When they do die, they can either drop bullets, medkits, or money by default. The money can be used to purchase ammo and weapons. The weapons include a pistol, rifle, RPG, shocker, a grenade, bow, and minigun. However, you start out with no weapons and you can only punch people. This game has a level up system upon killing someone. You can use your levels to increase your gun's health, damage, healing, or armor. The physics in this game are also very terrible. You have to drive a boat via walking on it, and the city just looks awful. Some of the buildings aren't even placed straight and are often crooked, and some of the areas in the city just look like they were straight from Roblox. In fact, looking at the textures, I think they are. At first I assumed that this game was just a sandbox with no quests, but it turns out there is. The halo thing around your character has an arrow on it, and I proceeded to follow the arrow. And I kid you not when I say it took me over 10 minutes to get there. I even died at one point, so I had to restart my journey. Finally, after figuring out where to go, the first quest is given by a guy that needs 2 phones via killing people. I killed one guy and grabbed their phone, but I unfortunately died by the second person, who also casually has a Glock 17 in their pockets. Wow, this game is really cool. For being categorized as action on the App Store, this game really doesn't have any of that. It's boring, tedious, and repetitive. And the fact that there's also 2 other games just like this really makes you wonder if they were any good in the first place. Don't get this game, you'll regret it. The next game I'm going to be playing is Grand City Driving. Pat0423 says this is stupid, while Sabuti says it's a great app. Make of that what you will. On the App Store, it shows that this game got 317 reviews and a 3.6 star rating. Surprisingly for this game, being a GTA clone, the game is only rated at 4+, and the category is racing. The menu is also very bare bones compared to Miami Crime Simulator 3. The mechanics in this game are extremely weird. Your character when walking/running creates an immense screen shake. Some people do enjoy something like a screen shake, but not me. It's extremely nauseating and I feel like someone would puke just by looking at it. The jumping in this game is also very stiff like the last game, where for whatever reason you jump really high and get stuck upon landing for a few seconds. Moving in this game just feels awful. The only pro in this game compared to Miami Crime Simulator is that you can actually move around your camera freely. However, you can't punch, shoot, or generally attack anyone in this game. You can only free roam or drive. Going out into the city, it somehow looks even worse. Some of the buildings wouldn't even render and would portray extremely low graphics. The stairs at the front porch are literally just dev textures, and the engine also can't load 20 feet in front of me. The driving in this game also feels weird. It's serviceable, but you tend to either clip through objects or stop mid-air just by touching a thin object. Oh, and man, the clipping in this game is just terrible. The NPCs in this game don't even react to anything. They will either clip through you or the objects around them. The city has a lot more details and areas though. There's beaches, city blocks, and entire loop-de-loop. But again, this place just looks like a ghost town. It feels like a dream. Places outside of the city are just straight flat and barren, and everything just feels uncanny. Also, there's no water mechanic in this game, so when you're somewhere like the beach, you just start walking on a water texture. Alright, generic GTA man is actually Jesus, let's go. And this map doesn't even have any barriers. You can fall off the edge of the map whenever you want, and the screen shake just gets worse. For whatever reason, everyone in this city is rich and drives either Lamborghinis or taxi cars. When you get someone out of their vehicle, they simply turn into a ragdoll and just die. 10 out of 10 immersion. One thing I was surprised about is that there is actually an airport. I went to the sign and proceeded to go to the airport, and as expected, it looked awful. But hey, there is an airplane right here. So I drove it and oh god, it's bugged. For some reason, when you go forward, you only ever go up. Someone in the reviews on the App Store even pointed this out. I assumed we were supposed to go to those islands over there in the distance. But nope, they're just wallpapers. And also, this game, not to mention, has a lot of bugs. Climbing up and down stairs in this game is literally the most broken thing I've ever witnessed in a video game. There's probably a lot more hidden content in this game, but I'm gonna leave it off here as there's not really that much else to say about this game other than that, well, it's bad. Don't get this game. The last game we're going to be playing is Gangster War Mafia Hero. This game is a lot more polished than the last two games we played. There's a lot more effort put into these things like controls and gameplay, but that still doesn't mean it's entirely good. Cordas03057 says that this game is life-changing. This game is around 317 ratings that rounds up to a 4.2. It's aged at 12+, and the category is simulation. First thing I want to talk about are the mechanics in this game. For some reason, you have the superpowers of Spider-Man, and you can shoot webs at buildings and generally just fly around. Use your super mutant strange rope hero powers is this game's excuse. The movement in this game feels a lot better than the last two games. I assume too that attacking people was also really good, but NPCs don't really seem to care if you're punching them at all, nor do the cops. And speaking of the cops, there's now actually a consequence system if you do something bad. Escape from police to save your life. The web slinger is also really tough. You can pull things as heavy as cars. Like the last game, this game also has a beach. And the water actually works like normal. You have a health, stamina, and experience bar, most likely for leveling up. This game seems to actually have a storyline. The game starts out with a message from your friend saying he needs to meet up with you. Upon doing that, I was rewarded a gun. But the gun had no bullets, nor did it seem to scare anyone, so that was useless. I departed from my friend's mission because I just kind of wanted to do my own thing and mess around with the people. The NPCs in this game are also, what a surprise, completely brain dead. There's also drivable vehicles in this game, though they're not really that good either. Oh, okay. Well, time to uninstall all the GTA games I got today. Just don't play any of these games, you'll regret it deeply. Overall, these GTA clones are bad. There's next to no reason to play any of these games, and even if you do it because you're bored, you'll just grow even boreder. They are often not fun and really just horrendous pieces of garbage. And there already does seem to be official content for GTA on mobile, so this renders every clone game obsolete. Thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you next time.